To finish it off appropriately from that story, let's go to the next one. Diddy Combs raped a 10-year-old boy. Latest lawsuit alleges of incarcerated bad boy record founder. Okay, this is a story.
Boy.
What do you want me to do? It's not my last story. Page 20. It's the last story Rob gave me. A new lawsuit details how Combs allegedly drugged and assaulted. What is wrong with this guy? 10-year-old boy in a Manhattan hotel room in 2005, which Combs telling Spanish musician, you have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes. After the boy resisted, Combs nevertheless forced and painless mouth. Zanis buttocks hurt badly. Dude, I don't even want to read this story. Is this who wrote this? Deadline. Wow, Toys denied to around $50 million bill. Dude, this is this really like is Deadline the only one that wrote this story, Rob, or are other people writing this as well?
Let me take a look.
I mean, it's almost as if every week.
It's everywhere. CNN, Rolling Stone, People, Deadline, Fox News, AP News.
Well, if CNN said it, it must be true.
Variety.
No, it's everywhere, PBD. And again, they're
Vinny,
saying allegedly.
what is going on at this point?
I haven't. I mean, it's blatantly obvious. Obviously,
how old is he? How old is Diddy?
Diddy's 50?
53.
50?
54.
So 2005, he was what? 19 years ago, 35 years old with a 10-year-old?
And again, and I know, because some people online were like, "Oh, this is just everybody's coming forward." No. This is a 10-year-old, and there were other people allegedly there, and it's every week because by the way, they're gonna keep all these stories are gonna keep coming out because people are not afraid to come out because he was dangerous, bro. He had people out there going after people that were talking crap, and he's allegedly involved with all these shootings and everything, bro. It's tragic, but he better be watching his ass literally in prison because those type of stories.
He probably doesn't want to.
He probably doesn't want to.
Oh, man.
He better watch his ass like, maybe I don't want to. But he's in trouble because people, you know this, like I know
that phrase all the time. Certain moments in your life that phrase doesn't work. So change the phrase.
He better be careful for his life.
You can't even say better watch his back.
You can't say watch his back.
Convicted criminals of these family of crimes we're talking about here do not last long in prison.
Nope.
What do you mean? Like last long?
There is a code in prison.
Right.
And the code is basically pedophilia and rape of youngsters. And there's a code in prison. And the prison population takes care of those folks.
Tom, as a former inmate, what was your experience when you were in
Tom,
prison? You crossed the line, dog. We're coming after you.
I'm not joking.
Right.
I am not joking with what I'm about to say.
You held back.
If you are a convicted child molester, and you find yourself in a penal facility, you are probably not going to
survive
live long.
Well, if they're true, if these are all
true.
If these are factual,
They had to move people. They had to move people around. John Wayne Gacy, he's on death row. They had to move him.
Yep.
And they had to keep him completely sequestered. They found that there were, you ready for this? There were bets that were made and money was on the table. And so let's say you're a lifer, okay? Let's say you're, armed robbery 3 times, you've been back in, and attempted murder. You could be doing a 35 years before you ever see parole. That's going to make you 75. Guess what? What is your risk to kill another inmate?
Oh,
0.
Nothing.
You're probably going to die in prison, when you're 75. And so guess what? They would set up, amounts of money. They would make a pot, and put the money in it. And whoever shivved him gets the money. This is the way it works in prison.
That's why Tom was in prison. He was the guy who got paid the money to do the shanking.
Let me tell you something. There's a guy named Chuck Colson who was a Watergate
pastor
guy, and he wrote a book called Born Again about finding Jesus Christ, and he talked about what he dedicated his life to was to lowering recidivation rate of prisoners, but he also talked about the horrors that are in there, and when the child molesters check in, they don't check out. That's just the way it is. I'm not trying to be funny with it.
Almost like it should be. Can I just say one thing about
I kind of agree.
So the downfall of Diddy, comes down to believability and credibility and this guy Diddy. If you told me a year ago that these allegations that were basically circulating were true, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, with the women, kind of weird. And then we saw what happened with Cassie and everything that happened. That you're like, all right, that's cool.
We saw a video,
and then we
in the
find
hallway,
out
right?
that the lawyer representing a lot of these allegations, he said basically prior to 2004, it was sort of 50-50 of who was basically alleging that what they did.
Yeah, you said that already.
After the 2004, 90%
Male.
turned out to be men.
Yeah.
Okay, insane. And now we're going down the rabbit hole is, hold on, now there's children involved? 10-year-old children here? Because we saw what Usher said. We saw what happened with Justin Bieber.
What he almost
ain't no
said.
party like a Diddy party because a Diddy party don't stop. How you get that much baby oil and that much lotion? What's going on here? So the reality is Diddy is going to be a bad boy for life in jail.
So just really facts. I know we just touched on it, how bad, and we just heard about the kid, but this was the accuser claimed he was sexually assaulted in 2008 while auditioning for Making the Band. Hold on, claiming he was 10 years old, interested in becoming an actor and a rapper. This is Tom. And an attempt to help their son's career, the boy's parents hired an industry consultant who recommended to fly their son to their home in Los Angeles to New York to meet with the film industry figures. During that trip, the consultant arranged for Combs to meet with the boy for an audition, and he asked him to meet with him but by himself, without seeing the family. So the consultant took the boy to Combs' hotel room, no parents, left him alone, and the boy performed a couple of rap songs, and he said he could make him a star. He gave him a soda, and then he said he felt a little bit funny, and then the rest is just not good, and I don't want to talk about it. But dude, and again, you talked about this time before too. Parents, the fame, we want it, the kid, money, go to LA, go have a consultant, a handler, take him and bring him into a hotel room and leave him in there with Diddy, with any man. I don't give a damn who it is.
On one hand, this is the horrible parenting. I already talked about it. I won't bring it up again.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this is trafficking.
100%.
That individual was trafficking these people for supposed auditions.
Yep.
What are the parents doing, dropping their kids
I don't
off
get it.
and leaving? What are they doing? You know,
Greed.
We have a kid that can sing, okay? He's got a decent voice. He's got a good voice.
Ridiculous.
He's got a very good voice.
Yeah.
The other day we were singing a song, Top Down, and one of the soccer parents we didn't know was following us for 10 minutes. We don't know what car they're in. They're like, dude, you guys were screaming, singing in the car. And we do that all the time. We have a few songs we do that too. And he's got a great voice. For me to think about sending him to a guy that he's going to spend and be in his house by himself, I mean, your job is to protect your kids from situations like that. I don't know what some parents are thinking about when it comes down to the fame part. There's different ways of doing it. This is definitely not one way. So that is officially where we are right now with how we feel things are going to end up, okay? Key toss-ups in Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, that could make it even higher. But as of right now, on vtnews.ai, you will see us being at 281 to 228. Here's what I want you to do. Go to vtnews.ai, Rob. If we go look at vtnews.ai, if you go to vtnews.ai, go to the right and type an election right there. Yes, 6 days left. Guys, go do your calculation. If you go to the bottom, Rob, and click on anything to show them how they feel like the numbers that can change, go a little lower, Rob, so we can see the numbers changing. No, Rob, the other, yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Zoom in a little so I can see the numbers.
Do Georgia and Arizona.
If you do Georgia and Arizona, all the way red, yeah. So you'll see how the numbers are changing at the top.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah, guys, for some of you that are messing with this, it's down 281, right? So this thing can be done fairly early. I don't think Arizona's going to go that early, Tom. I think Arizona's going to be, they've already said they need 10 to 12 days of counting, right? They've already said that. Go ahead, Tom. You look like you want to say something.
Yeah, it's polls close at 7 p.m. Eastern, and 2 to 3 hours later, we're going to see Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania numbers, and it could be wrapping up.
Yeah, it could be done fairly quickly. But, this is, a lot of people are using this tool. We've never had this much traffic on vtnews.ai. Guys, go subscribe to vtnews.ai. Use the AI portion of it, the machine learning side of it. Ask any of the questions. The one that I like to go to is the top 5 events for the day, but that's vtnews.ai. Go subscribe to vtnews.ai. There's a ton of features that are coming up here. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.